Hey everyone, Fat Scottish Cyclist here, also known as Elaine, my plain name. Thanks for joining me on week 2, and I am not going to prattle on for long. We're going to go straight into this week's video and then I will give a debrief at the end. So hope you guys enjoy and I will speak to you in a minute. Hey, welcome to week 2. I thought I'd give you a bit of an insight into how my brain works and the difficulties I face every time I think I'm going to go out on my bike. So I've got a wee window of an hour today, so not long at all. And in that time, from the moment I've woken up to the moment that I'm due to go in half an hour, probably just over half an hour, I have sat here and debated it. I've looked for every excuse under the sun. I've looked out the window, it's blowing a hoolie. I've messaged my husband saying, should I go for it, should I not? Am I being silly, am I not being silly? And we're only on week 2. So, frustrated? Absolutely. Trying to fight through it? Absolutely. And the only way I'm going to actually make this challenge happen and get fit for what I want to achieve in 2025 is to get out even on the hard days. So, week 2, I'm already facing the demons. And I'm digging deep and I'm doing hard things. I hope it's worth it. I don't know if I'll manage much footage when I'm out there because I'll be blowing a hoolie. But at the end of the day, the scenery is beautiful. I've got to be grateful that these legs can carry me in the wind. Well, we'll see if they can. And I've actually just got to be really grateful that I'm able to get out there because a lot of people I know who are going through some awful times and awful diseases don't have the luxury of being fit enough to do what I'm trying to do. And that's the thing that's spurring me on. Come along with me on today's adventure. It's the first cycle of the week. We're on Thursday and I've not even been out yet. So again, that doesn't bode well. But instead of looking at the negatives, let's get rid of the negatives. Let's focus on the positives. And actually, I'm pushing my... If you ever really need a good drying day for your washing, I'm your woman. Ask me to go out on the bike and I can guarantee you it'll be blowing a hoolie and your washing will dry fabulously. But wind aside, it's actually a glorious day. The sun is popping through the clouds. The autumn's my favourite season anyway, so the leaf colours, the fields, everything just makes me realise that I should be grateful I'm going out. So after, I think the video cut off when I was making all the excuses under the sun, and that was probably a sign, stop waffling and just got your arse on the bike and do it. I actually read a book by somebody, can't remember who it is, but I'll link it below, and it was the Doorstep Mile. I read it a while ago for inspiration and well, it didn't really work, I didn't really get out that much, but just when I was starting off there just now with a kind of feeling of, oh, can't be bothered, still trying to make excuses. I'm now, I don't know if it maybe be different because it was a doorstep mile for a running. Doorstep mile for a bike's a bit quicker. But I think it's true. Let's just call it the doorstep 2 miles for sake of argument. But I think there is some element of truth in it. I've never ever regretted a ride, but I've always been really grateful and glad I got out. So yeah, I'm going to get my head down, I'm going to get this small loop done. I was going to push for bigger today, that was going to be my next jump, but I don't really feel as though I've got it in me. Got quite a tight window, and to be honest, I think I'm just going to have to start slowly. When I said in my last video that my fitness was poor, I didn't quite realise how poor. But anyway, the wind's getting up. I might go downhill and get a rest, so I'll catch up with you at some point later in the ride. Hello, Mr. Scarecrow. Hiya. So last minute decision, doing the big loop. Feeling really good. Pleased to confirm it's probably the 3 kilometre mile for me. No, the 3 kilometre doorstep trudge, as in at 3 kilometres I was feeling good and I was chuffed to continue. And I think I've maybe had a tailwind. I think I have, because I can see the way what do you call them, these windmilly things, electricity generator things. So I think I've got a tailwind just now, which probably means it's going to be a headwind for on the way back, but I'll just take it nice and easy. I'm currently riding an Orbea Gain electric bike with 3 levels of assist. It's a hub drive, and I've got it on no electric at the moment. I'm just powering on, but at least I know I've got the option to switch on the electric if I need it. And my goal is, I'm sure I've said it before, but if I keep saying it I'll probably believe it. The goal is that if I do the miles over the winter into kind of February, March, I'm going to do an analogue bike, because this bike without the battery on is heavy. So if we're going up sizable climbs, it's tough. I know ride London's flat, that'll be fine, but the 100 mile that I plan to do in the 200 kilometre Audax will not be flat. They'll be typical rolling hills in my area, so yeah, I think I'd feel. Plus I want to get fitter, and everybody needs a new bike, is it? N+1, I've been told. So yeah, that's my aim. So I'm going to power on through the big loop and see how I feel. Well, I can confirm I've hit the headwind. You know when you look over and you see the grass is the vertical, that's a sure sign you've hit the headwind. Oh! Did I regret my choice from doing the big loop? Maybe slightly, let's stay honest, but I'm committed now, there's no point in turning back. And I think the title of this video will be something about it's all in the head. I'm hoping you can hear me, but I know myself when I start to get anxious or worked up, my body tenses, something terrible, my neck pain starts, back pain starts. And on this ride I've been really consciously doing a lot of breathing and deep breathing exercises. I've done a lot of breath work. Follow Stuart Sandeman on Instagram, and if you don't know who he is, give him a follow, he's absolutely incredible. But yeah, hang on, I need to change my gear. Back again. Yeah, he does a lot of breath work for all different reasons, but the main one that I've done is for anxiety. So there just now, I was practicing the breath work and I could feel my muscles relaxing. So I really encourage you, if you're like me and sometimes get a bit tense on a bike ride, give him a follow and just try some of his breathing exercises, and hopefully you'll be as impressed as I am. So yeah, strong headwind. Yeah, I'm struggling a wee bit. Probably stubbornness is not putting the battery on, but I think it's going to go on in the next couple of minutes. There's no point killing yourself. This is me trying to get my fitness back, not try to put myself off. Shadow of Benny. Oh, that is absolutely brutal. Oh, bad mistake to make. Should not have came the big loop today. It is wild. The good bit is it's all downhill, even although I think I'll be pedalling downhill, but I can cope with that. I'll sign off for today, and I'm hopeful I'll get another couple of rides in before the week's out. Catch you on the next one. So I'm sure you can see from that video that I did not go on and do the other 2 cycles that I had planned, and I am so upset and disappointed by it. I have had to do a lot of soul searching, and I've had to be really tough on myself and not beat myself up too much. Last week was a really hard week fatigue wise, and that cycle I decided to do the big loop as I'd said, and I hit a headwind the whole way home, and it had a huge impact on how I was feeling for the last couple of days after, and I just lost momentum. I lost my mind. Maybe I didn't lose my marbles, that was maybe too far to stretch it, but yeah, I was really down on myself. So it's a new week, spoiler alert, we're on Friday. This is me putting this video out ready for Sunday, and I've not done any cycling this week either. But I hope this changes this weekend. Kevin and I are about to do something really exciting this weekend. I don't want to say too much because, as we both know, sometimes I cannot achieve what I set out to achieve just because of my chronic health conditions. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I do achieve what I want to achieve. So please tune in for next week and see what we've been up to. In the meantime, I've done a lot of reflecting, and I suppose the person that's been in my mind the most this week is Chris Hoy. I have seen him on social media quite a lot out on his bike, and I'm sure we all know the devastating news that he's been given. And just look at him. He's out there on his bike, he's smiling, he's facing this illness head on, and he's not complaining. He's learnt a lot from it. And my cancer journey, I've learnt a lot from it, there's no doubt about it. But as for beating myself up, I am so bad for it, and that needs to stop. I need to start having more of a positive mindset and actually congratulate myself on what I do achieve. And what I did achieve last week was good family time, quality time with my daughter, with my husband, made some nice meals, spent some time with friends, and had a lot of love from my friends because they know I've been struggling at the moment. So I'm finishing with a positive. And let's hope next week's video is just as more positive than this week's been. So as I said, sorry it's been so short, sorry it's been a bit of a disappointing one, but I said to you I'd be completely honest. And yeah, that's all I managed, that's all I achieved. I actually can't remember the stats, I will get back to you on that one. And so looking at it, the stats were 10.68 miles, feet, 619 feet elevation, and it took me 54 minutes and 18 seconds. So pretty slow. I've also got my windsock report on it as well. So the airspeed was 19.2 kilometers per hour, and the longest headwind was 25 minutes. So I was pretty accurate with my guess as to how windy it was. So yeah, there was a reason why I was so tired. I probably should have just stopped at the short loop, should have just done what I set out to do, but I just pushed a bit too hard too soon. So yeah, I was going to say back to basics for this week, but we're on Friday already and I've not started, but there is a reason for that, and you'll find all about it next week. So thanks for watching, I really appreciate the support. I've had some really lovely comments since the first video went out, and I hope this continues. And yeah, any constructive criticism, any feedback, please pop a question down in the box below and I will read them all and get back to you. But thanks for watching, really appreciate it.